Hi, I'm Melissa Carbonell. If you haven't been to my channel before, I have a real estate team here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I am sitting here today with Patrick Sullivan, who is an amazing appraiser, but also he knows a lot about property taxes. Okay, now we're going to talk about my favorite subject, which is portability. So in Florida, the state of Florida, what was happening was people were not willing to sell their homes. They just wouldn't move because they were afraid that they would take a pretty low tax bill from the house they're in, because we have protected increases for homesteaded properties, and they would have to start over with a new house at whatever their purchase price was. That's where their tax would be based on. So the state came in and said, no, we want people moving, we want housing to move. People have to move out so that, you know, first-time home buyers can move into the other houses. So what they did is created portability, which they give you a percentage of the value of your current home, and you get to take that protected amount to your next home. And I was, I think mine on my tax bill was like $400,000. So we did it. We went from Coral Ridge to Victoria Park. We've been in Victoria Park now for 10 years. So we've been getting that savings the entire time, which is really big.
Quick question.
But you taught me something that I didn't know.
Did you pay more for the house in Victoria Park?
Yes.
Then you were able to take 100% of your portability?
Yes, yes.
Very good.
Yeah, so we did. Mm-hmm. We were like at $550 when we sold, and then bought like $990 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I didn't know that if we would have done the reverse, that we still get portability. I need to tell my clients that. Like, I didn't know, because I do have clients that are downsizing. I do have clients that are like, they want to step out of the big house, and they're like, well, why should we have to pay purchase price taxes when we still have this protected on this home we've been in for 20 years, 25 years?
And let's say example of a $1 million home again.
Yeah.
And we live in a $1 million home, and a lot of us paid $200,000 for our houses. They're now worth $1 million.
Right.
I've been in my house 40 years, and we have a house, and mine's not worth $1 million, but we have $1 million house.
Right.
And we have $500,000 worth of portability, and we sell the $1 million house. We're wanting to retire, and we move into a $500,000 condominium. You have that $500,000 of portability. You can't take that total amount to the new house. If you have $1 million house and then you buy a $500,000 house, you're spending half of the money to get into that new house. You can only take half of your portability with you.
So good.
That
it's
still
something.
helps. It still helps
It's
dramatically.
something, because downsizing, I mean, we've looked at it because we've been in our house for 10 years, so the price has increased and increased, and we've kind of looked at downsizing, and then I'm like, wait, the taxes would be almost the same, but I didn't realize that it worked in reverse. And portability only works on homesteaded properties. So it doesn't work on investment properties, all that stuff.
Second
This is for homesteaded properties, your primary residence. This is the only way, not on second homes or anything like that. That was really valuable for me. So yeah, because I can advise clients the right way and tell them, you should still do the calculator. And Broward County Property Appraiser has a calculator. It's so easy to use. You just go in there and figure out what your portability would be.
And here's another thing that we need to remember. And what we have on our trim notice is called market value.
Right, you were teaching me about that.
You have they call it market just value. Well, market just value to the property appraiser's office is 90% of what, as professional real estate people, have as market value, is what a property sells for on MLS.
Okay.
So, and I call that retail value.
Okay.
When a property sells for an MLS,
Sure.
let's call it retail value.
That makes sense. Retail value.
And your market just value for the county is 90% of what it's sold for on MLS.
That's why the numbers are not always what we think. Like, I'm always like, it's so confusing. I'm like, wait, it's supposed to be 1.7% of the purchase price. I'm estimating about what the taxes would be, but then I'm like, but they didn't put the whole amount that I thought it was going to be.
Yes, and you know, honestly,
But you said that's Broward. Broward's high, right?
Well, that's right. Now, Marty Care's office is fantastic.
I love him.
Staff.
They do a great job.
You go downtown and you want to speak to somebody, I'd call first, but they accommodate you. And if you have questions, and they love to help mom and dad when they come down.
Yeah.
Because they're wholesome people, and they want to make they don't. The last thing, as a magistrate when I worked, was to have to tell mom and dad that they made a typo or a technical issue and they lost. That's why it's so important to have professional help with this and with portability. But it is your market value is 90% of retail, and then they're going to have, when you homesteaded, they're going to set your taxable value, and that can only go up 3% a year. So example, if the real estate market is going up 10% a year, your taxes are going to go less than 3%. But here's the catch too. If we have a year, because remember earlier we discussed we use sales from 2023.
Right.
Let's say that 2023 was really a high year. I do appraisals all over the place, and we're pretty much in a stable market.
Yeah.
And so prices are not going to go up very much.
We're seeing a lot of price reductions right now.
Yeah, we're seeing rental concessions too for rents.
Yeah.
So we're maybe a little bit on the decline. Now, if we fall off the cliff, which means we have something like happened in 2008, where we lost 10 and 20% of our value.
People have too much equity, I think.
Well,
we didn't have that back then.
Yeah, but here's the issue. Even though prices fall the next year, if you have a homestead and portability, they can continue to raise your your assessment amount until it reaches just market value.
So even if prices went down?
When prices go down.
So it's an automatic increase.
That can do an automatic increase. So some people go in, the market's crashed. Well, that's not good news for you as far as portability, because your portability is going to continue to go up. Your assessment's going to continue to go up, so your portability decreases. So these are just small things to be aware of. It's not a real big deal, but I think it's all important to